10 years ago, I had a student, and it was in my critical thinking class. The day that I start, the first day, I put it down, Socrates' words 2,500 years ago, he left this for the whole world, saying, unexamined life is not worth living. Well, after 2 or 3, sessions, I find out that this young guy is not doing well. If it continues like this, he's going to either fail or drop out. I called him to my office and I told him, I said, I'm very much worried about you. And he said, why do you have to worry about me? I said, well, that's my job. I have to worry the way the doctor worries about your health. I'm worried about your mental state. He said, well, you don't have to worry about me. My parents dropped me. They throw me out. I said, but you have a second chance to make what you were dreaming to have in your life.
If you really want to make a change, if you're really committed to it, if you got a fire in your belly and you really want to make a change in your life, you can. The hardest thing isn't completing your degree here at any college. The hardest thing is to commit to making the change to do it and actually doing it. People will talk and talk and talk and talk, and it's the worst thing in the world to get stuck in a rut. On your job you become comfortable. You think about it, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that, but if you never try, it's the worst thing in life is just to go through life and never trying, never attempting it. If you're really committed to making the change, you can make the change. It can happen, but you need to have that commitment.
Working from 18 to 22 in the field, I was part of 2 different unions. I have worked security on the beach, where I sit around and do nothing. I was a gopher for a construction company, a gopher for a plumbing company, electrical, alarm systems. I was the low man on the totem pole, and I was just tired of being the low man on the totem pole. I wanted to get an education just like the higher-ups did, and I wanted to move up in the world instead of being right at the bottom rung for the rest of my life.
I'm the first one in my family. Everybody else is gonna follow me after that. My mom is proud of me, She was actually hugging me when I graduated, She was like, I'm proud of you. You actually made it. And my brother's, after me, He's finishing high school and he wants to do auto body, He wants to follow that career, the automotive career.
I found myself one day at work and I was like, oh God, I'm not gonna do this the rest of my life. That's the way I felt. I didn't want to do this the rest of my life. I wanted to grow, I wanted to excel. I'm not looking for a job, I'm looking for a career. So I don't want to do this the rest of my life. And I said, I need to finish my education. And that's exactly what I did. When I came to TCI, I was not a high school graduate. When I left TCI last year, June of 2010, I was also a high school graduate and also held a degree.
Very proud, very, very
Super,
proud.
Did it!
Finally did it.
Yep, very much so.
Yeah, TCI!
Well, this is it. Are you ready?
You've accomplished something that you, your family and friends should be incredibly proud of.
The easy part was enrolling in TCI. The challenge was seeing our education through to the end.
And so I'm confident that as you move forward with this degree, if you take that leap into the world, you will not be disappointed with where you land. Congratulations.
Please join me in extending the warmest congratulations to TCI's newest graduating class, the class of 2011.
Yes, we've been around for 100 years, which gives us a lot of experience, which is always very good. But we also know that one of the reasons we've been around for 100 years is that we in fact do stay up to date, and we are up to date currently, and providing students with skills in technology and intellectual skills that they're going to need today.
And our instructors are not only educated, but they have a lot of experience. Myself, I have experience. I'll give away my age, but I was involved in sending Neil Armstrong to the moon in the first Apollo program. I was there for 7 years. I also worked on an astronomical observatory program for 3 years. I worked for a British company for 11 years in aircraft, both military aircraft and industrial aircraft. And I'm not unique. Everybody in the EET and IT programs are similar. They have the large amount of experience, large amount of education.
Two of our professors are in the field almost every day. They come here 1 day a week to teach. So it's great having that experience where they're working with customers every day. So they'll teach us, you know, this is what the book says, but this is what also might happen in real life.
It is family, even to the extent that our students get jobs for each other. There's a lot of networking, And our graduates will call and say, they'll say, Lynch, you know, I had one person opening up a Cohen's and she called me on the phone and said, Lynch, send me everybody that you have in your class right now. And it didn't matter, male, female, black, white, you know, just send me everybody across the board. And everybody got up. I said, listen, there's an opportunity here. And so we work together. And what is a family anyway? Somebody who will check on you. How come you're not in school today? I will call the students myself, but very often I don't have to. I just say to the class, you know, we're so-and-so. And somebody will have called them and checked on them. And you know what, Lynch, they're not dropping out. They're just doing something today. And so we keep track of one another.
My teachers and my classmates, they became my family, actually, because they helped me out in so many ways. I'm a single mother, and when I would come to class, sometimes there would be so many issues as far as getting my son out of school to his after-school program or picking him up off the bus, and no matter what, because of my dedication, you know, to wanting to do good in what I was doing, my teachers, they just, and my classmates also, everybody just helped me out in any way possible. If I had to run out for, you know, for maybe 45 minutes or so to go and get my child, somebody would take notes and, you know, of course they would share with me, or my teachers, they would just, you know, try to go over things with me at a later time, whatever I missed. So, I mean, the class environment, it was, for me, it was wonderful.
You can't say we have a typical student because it's a very diverse environment. We have students from all different countries. We have English as a second language courses. We have students that range in age from anywhere from 17 all the way up into the 60s. We have people that are working in a particular field for years and years, and now they're seeking a supervisory position. We have people that are just starting off. We have people that are changing their careers because they were in one industry that's just dead. A great example is one of our students I was just talking to yesterday was in the construction side. He's now in his 40s. He's realizing it's dead. He's not getting a job. He doesn't want to go back to labor. His bones are getting sore. And so he's going toward health technologies, a whole different career. But it's all aspects of students that we have here. It's very, very diverse, which makes it very interesting because you get exposed to many different types of people, beliefs, thoughts, support. So it's just a great place to be.
It happened to come to TCI after my husband graduated from TCI. He was engineer in my country, and he loved computer. Computer was something very new at that time, and he learned a new skill. And computer track was something very interesting for him. At that point, we did not have computer in a house. He learned by heart everything. And it was very inconvenient, but it was so hard work and well rewarded. He graduated And he was very happy getting a job. And I said, yes, this is my school where I will go. And I was next. And I'm very grateful that we've done that. TCI was a base for our happiness and our financial stability. If TCI would not be in our life, definitely we won't be here where we are.
I got my job through an agency. They were off in the corner, so I walked over. He looked at my resume and he said, I definitely got something for you.
I remember when I was here, I had, a few offers from, it was a railroad, the box company, hearing aid company, it was all these things, and it's kind of like things I never even thought about being part of, but, it was interesting to see the diversity they have here.
Even if you don't find something here, you were introduced to companies that you never heard of before that are here. So I think that opens up your avenue more.
They get a feel for you, likewise you get a feel for them. You get to learn a little more of their company because they have programs and pamphlets right there.
Well, looking for someone definitely that has the skill to troubleshoot central air and heating units. At the same rate, someone who has good customer service skills and someone just willing to be a team player, part of the team.
There's been a shortage of good technicians, and TCI has always been the place that we come to get, entry-level guys that we could train and, get ready for the next step.
The students are very high-caliber people. They're very interested in working. They are well prepared, and they are eagerly looking for work. And I wish we had openings for all of your students.
They bring enough people that you can find something for you, and this is a great way to know what's out there.
That was one of the benefits I liked about TCI. Like at the end, you knew that you were going to have everyone looking for you and not really you looking for them.
Because the college has a relationship with the companies, it kind of gives you an extra edge, I would say.
Go to every table, because the table I went to was a dark one in the corner, and that's where I got my job.
Go to all the interviews, listen to what they have to say, and then, weigh the options, Salary's not the real issue. It's, you want to be somewhere where you like what you're doing. And once you don't like what you're doing, it's just a job. I'm looking for more than just a job. And I think they've given me the foundation to do it.
Seeing that student come in and using our school as their stepping stone to learn what's out there in the job fields. They want to know if we're showing them exactly what is needed. So we give them information based on our catalogs, and we also run open houses that gives them an idea of how the facilities are. And it is just a great feeling that when they come in, they're like, this is my first step, and I like to congratulate them for that first step. Whether they take the test, they complete their process or not, they walked out the door each day to try and come in and do something for themselves in a positive outcome.
The thing that has to be understood is we're giving them as many or more credits in a technical nature as a four-year college. A bachelor's degree, a lot of that extra 120 credits will be in general education, which is basically the liberal arts and sciences, which is very important and good for broadening, but it's not going to add to their expertise in the field. So if a student is graduating here with an associate degree and has roughly half as many credits, 60-odd credits, they will have 30 or 40 of those credits in the technical area, which is equivalent to what you get in a bachelor's program.
So if you want to be a graphic designer, let's say for an example, you're going to get your hands on graphic designing now. It's not going to be something that you're going to spend years learning something else and other material that is not towards what you really want to be. So we actually make sure in our curriculums and our environment that you get your hands dirty right when you come in the door.
Being able to learn like the old school way of cutting lenses, like by hand, just using a pattern instead of like, all the machines, you just gotta dial numbers. That's nowadays. But before, they had to do everything by hand. And being able to use those machines, it makes you understand why you are putting those numbers in it makes you understand why those numbers are so important, especially how they're gonna affect the eyes of the person. So to me, it's just like, it's great too, because to me, I need to know the background of everything in order to get it clicking on my head. So even though I was working, like, let's say 4 years somewhere else doing cutting lenses and stuff, until I got here did I understand why I was doing everything I was doing. And I need that, you know, I need to feel confident about what I'm doing. I need to know everything. And that's also too because the professors have been in the business and for years. So they let you know how it was before and how it has changed now. And that is great because you could always tell customers, this is, you know, how it's changed. So, you know, like you make the customer understand too. And then they get happier with what they're doing. They know that what investment that they're making too.
I didn't get this job directly through TCI, but it gave me the confidence that I could qualify. Now that I'm looking at listings, before I would look at listings for jobs, I can't do that, I can't do that, underqualified, oh, I can't do that, not enough money. Now I'm picking and choosing if I was looking for a job. If I could just, like in Craigslist, you know how they have web media jobs? I can pick 10 on the first page with no problem. It's like a night and day. Before I couldn't even look at that stuff. Like, oh, customer service. Now it's like, customer service is just a side thing. I could do whatever I want. And it's because of where I went and how I did it. It's just incredible to me.
I look around the school, I find the teachers that I know, and I'll give little pep talks to the classes that are there, letting them know that what they're learning here can bring them a good job if they put themselves out. And let them know I graduated from here and I became very successful. The school sent out my resume and I went on quite a number of interviews, and I got my first job from the job placement here in TCI.
With some of the agreements that they have, like I'm at St. Joseph's College now, they have an articulation agreement so that I was able to transfer the vast majority of my credits there to continue my education. So that was a valuable thing. A lot of times, if you leave a trade school, those credits, you know, they're not really going to be respected by other universities and colleges. So if you want to go on to get a bachelor's degree, you're pretty much going to start from scratch. So one of the things that TCI was able to do through their reputation was allow me to continue my education without losing any time. So I think that's the value right there, is money and time.
You don't know where it's going to go, but at least with a good solid foundation, you know that you have skills to at least, you may find a job that you're not even thinking about and say, oh, you know what, I have some of that criteria, but because you've done well and they prepared you well, they can see that, you know what, that we can work with this person. He's able to be trained. Okay, he studied this, but we know he can get different concepts and he learns, so we can shape and mold him into the kind of employer that we need. So, and I got that from them. They really open your eyes. And like I said, I had really good teachers. They know their stuff and they're current on everything, which I like. So, and it was an overall good college experience for someone who's older and decided to go back.
To see every single day Statue of Liberty, because I live in Staten Island, it is inspiring, the desire for freedom. But you cannot get free without knowledge. And you can see the Statue of Liberty and enjoy and dream, but without having knowledge from somewhere, as I got from TCI, you cannot be free. And I got part of that freedom here. And I feel like I'm still having a lot to learn, but I'm very proud that I was a student here, and for so much time I enjoyed experience here, people, people are amazing. One of the teachers became one of my best friends here. And I really love the idea of being in touch with TCI every single day, thinking that, yes, I am part of TCI. My life is part of TCI, you know. I cannot say, okay, I am administrative assistant to Metro Plus Health Plan for 10 years, but I'm not part of TCI, or I don't want to hear about that. No, I cannot. And I'm really proud, I have to say.
Hey, I just have one question. Is the class of 2011 in the house right now?
Graduate, DMA, awesome. Awesome graduate, Ms. Donna.
If I have to leave you all with anything to remember, it's not to give up on your goal.
Sure, technology will change, business will change, but you are prepared to embrace these changes.
At some point along the way, you suffered from a setback. But you've demonstrated today that that setback was just a setup for a comeback. Congratulations, you've done a tremendous job.
As the Chief Executive Officer of Technical Career Institutes, I take great pleasure in declaring you now as graduates of Technical Career Institutes. Congratulations.